Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today, we have the M300s around Brands Hatch Indy, and I qualified on pole. I guess I would have qualified on pole no matter who I ended up racing against, though, because I ended up first in all of North America and maybe the world. And the second place driver, though, isn't just a normal second place driver who you can get in random pair-ups. The second place driver is the second place driver in the world, or at least in North America. So, yeah, it's 1 versus 2 continent-wide and maybe even worldwide, depending on circumstances. So, yeah, I definitely have my work cut out for me. I'm maybe on pole, but I'm racing against the second best driver there is. So, even though I should be faster, you can't go much faster than second in the world, no matter if you are first in the world. And this particular time trial or qualifier or whatever was really caught picking close across the board. 10th place ended up a whopping quarter second-ish slower than my time. Top 10 separated by a quarter of a second. That sounds like a GT6 time trial back when a lot of people played GT6. That was pretty caught picking close, folks. And well, this race is pretty caught picking close as well. But let's see if it's as competitive as the time trial itself. Qualifier itself. I think as of now, though, it is. That was, as Slap Train says, though, just a tap. I break pretty caught picking late, and he still breaks later, so he definitely knows what he's doing there. That is pretty caught picking amazing to think that I'm first in the world, but yet there's still sections where second place can gain quite a bit on me. And I guess there's sections though where I can gain some too. Like it seems like around this turn I generally gain on most people. But around that first hard braking zone, they generally gain on me. So I guess you give some, you lose some, you gain some, whatever. And well, as of now, I need to gain as much as I can. It seems like second place might be in a little bit of a battle affair, but not really all that much. He can still run his own line. Third is right on second's back, or was right on second's back bumper. Jiminy Cricket second is fast. But Jiminy Cricket, I guess, as of now, I'm actually still faster. Second's right there, but right there doesn't necessarily mean anything. He can be right there the whole race for all I care, as long as he stays right there, not ahead. As I've said in many a video before, I'm definitely better applying pressure than avoiding pressure, but when I'm racing against the second best driver in at least America, and I'm first, I think I may as well just go ahead and try to avoid rather than apply. Because a driver that good, I think I could apply as much pressure as I could and it still wouldn't be enough. So I think my best bet is just to try to stay ahead, and I don't exactly think I'm going to run away with this one. But, well, it kind of is coming down to the nitty gritty now. It ain't the last lap yet, but it's getting down closer to it now. And, well, we've sort of stayed at about the same pace throughout the whole race. So, if Sagan's going to want to do something, he's going to have to do it relatively quick here, and I'll try my best to make sure he doesn't do anything, but, I mean, my best is better than I thought it would be, but we'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see, as usual. And second place is gaining a little bit there. I ain't exactly the best around that first braking zone, it seems like, but I am pretty caught picking good through here. So we'll see if I can gain that time back. As of now, it looks like I'm not really losing any time, I guess. They get a little bit closer there by default because it's a slower section, but I think now that I'm on the straightaway, it widens back out to about where it was. That's just like laws of physics or whatever. If you're going slower, the gap by default is shorter, and then when you start going fast again, that gap widens. But it's the final lap now, so it doesn't really matter what the gap is, as long as the gap is enough for me to get first. I don't care if it's 1 millisecond or 1 whole second, as long as I win the race. That's really what matters. As of now, though, I think as long as I don't make a mistake, I probably am going to get it. I mean, it's kind of hard to pass on this track because it is a shorter track. About the only way he's really going to get a pass done is if I make a mistake or dive bomb through the last turn. And I'll say this, I'm going to want to beat the second best driver in the world, especially when I'm the first best driver in the world. So I'm going to take the bottom line around that last turn, so he's either going to have to bump me out of the way or pass on the outside, and it's pretty caught picking hard to do both, especially bumping out of the way, because he's still actually a little bit back there. He did get quite a bit of a run there, but it looks like it's not quite going to be enough. And well, Jiminy Cricket, I was the first best driver in the world for qualifying, and it looks like I'm the first best for winning this race too. Second is right there, but second did not quite get there. So yeah, I won the race against the second best driver in the world. That's pretty cotton-picking competitive, folks. That's pretty cotton-picking competitive. I'd say that was just as competitive as the qualifier itself. And really, that whole field was competitive too. I've only paused this a little bit after the race ended, and there's already a whole heck of a heap of cars that finished. So, nice competitive racing across the board is pretty cop-picking cool for Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta. Yeehaw!